All right. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the movie The Last Champion, starring Cole Hauser. This one's it's like a redemption story. Um, it's a small town based type of movie around a wrestling team, some kids that are on the team, and a former athlete that comes back to the hometown after many years. That's Cole Hauser, and it's got a pretty good storyline to it, and what we still got to find out, is it going to be the thumbs up or the thumbs down, or is it going to end up being a meh, or I mean, we never know. It just might be a crazy good. Whoa, there we go. Just crazy good thumbs up. Who knows? I mean, that might be. Who knows how it's going to go, right? We'll get into it and see how it is. But it's got a good storyline. So let's go ahead and get ready to take a look at some things about it. So, all right, first we'll get into the description. So, a former championship wrestler is forced to face his past when he returns to the hometown he left in disgrace 20 years earlier. Can he become the hero his town expected, or will he remain a prisoner of his past mistakes? So, we'll get into it and take a look at it. So, this is at the very beginning, and we'll skip ahead here, but towards the beginning is pretty good stuff to where oh well, all right, that mouse took a dump on me, sorry. So this is what he's been doing. Oh, sorry, jumped ahead too far there. I was trying to get rid of the little play buttons and all that stuff. Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully he becomes more heroic than my mouse skills right now. So he went on to the Olympics after winning state titles and stuff like that, and he ended up winning gold for the Olympics, but he got caught cheating. So they stripped him of that, and that was why he was so hesitant to go back home to his hometown, because he let him down and he got caught cheating, and he just didn't know how to face that or face everybody involved with it as well too. So, but he got the news of his mom passing away, and he has to go back and deal with the estate.
State junior high champion John Wright, 21-0, Northwest District champ, hasn't lost this year. From Garfield, senior John Wright. This is the one.
So obviously he was pretty good, and for his hometown, winning 4 state titles. Yeah, that's impressive as far as that goes, right? And so I'm sure the hometown was very proud of him. And then when he went off to college, a top pick for Iowa. So obviously we're the time based for the movie. Iowa would be pretty predominantly awesome school for any kind of high school wrestler to go to and get great coaching to go on to the next level, which obviously his character went on to the next level.
John Wright is dominating at these Olympic trials.
So we'll skip ahead here and get into some more stuff, see what's going on here. This next part's. Now he's back at the homestead. Now he's got to deal with the estate because his mom passed away. Obviously, it's just something that's got to be done. So we'll skip ahead a little bit more too, because there's not too much more other than like walking around reminiscing and.
You see that? He's stealing it right there. That's $40.
Okay, so this is the character Michael Miller. He's one of the high school wrestler kids, and obviously he was getting caught on camera stealing meat from the supermarket. Now, Michael Miller and his sisters, they got a pretty rough way to go as far as not having too much support at home. The mom doesn't really do too much for him, and it's kind of puts him in a position where it's sad to say, but he kind of didn't have too much of a choice because he's not getting any kind of. There's no meat at home, so they're eating pretty much like noodles and all that stuff, and there's no protein. And for a kid that's trying to wrestle, he was told that he needed to make sure that he had protein, and the only way that he knew how was, well, he went and took it instead of maybe trying to get a job or something like that. But I mean, in reality, I mean, it is what it is. It's sad, some situations that people get put into, but that's where they're at right now. And obviously the supermarket owner, he wants to make sure he gets punished for it. And it's kind of interesting about what the high school coach
Who are
does.
these other boys?
And of course, he's not saying.
Would you wait outside, please?
You both know what this family situation is. I'll pay for the steaks, Al.
I'm tired.
So that's the high school coach over there saying that he's going to pay for the steaks, and he just wants to try to help this kid however he can because he knows the situation at the home. And of course, the supermarket owner, he's just tired of people stealing stuff from him, which, I mean, you kind of got to see both sides of it, obviously. But, the high school coach is trying to watch out for the kid, and that's part of that's a good part of the story right there. And, so he ends up getting him into where he's doing like community service, which is good. So we'll skip kind of ahead some more here. And there's Michael Miller's mom.
I'm going out.
Yeah, go steal some meat.
Okay, so she was more concerned with how it makes her look, which is that what can you do about that? But obviously she wasn't caring about too much about actually finding a way to put some meat on the table. But so that was a kind of rough situation there. But just you kind of get a little bit of picture that she's pretty self-involved as far as self-centered. It goes into some more stuff further along into the movie, but we'll skip a little bit ahead there because it kind of just gave a little bit of a shot of her and kind of the home situation for Michael Miller. Now, this is where he's at school, and of course, how kids are, they're giving him a hard time because he got caught stealing meat, and you could see the hot dogs on the on the locker right there, and then there's a pile of meat at the bottom. So obviously, that was done from some people that could afford meat and stuff like that. I mean, they obviously don't understand the situation, but that's what Michael Miller's dealing with at that point. So he's dealing with, the rough stuff at home as far as not really getting what he needs, and then of course just the typical high school junk as far as like hazing and all that mess. But yeah, we'll end up skipping ahead here. Now she's coming. This is Michael Miller's mom again with the high school coach's property.
John, you remember me? I used to babysit you.
Of course I do, Melinda. You used to make me root beer snow cone.
Did I?
So yeah, she don't really remember too much because she's one of the ones that kind of tips it back, and I'm sure kind of wiped out a lot of the memory as far as that goes. But yeah, so we'll skip ahead quite a ways here now. That way we can just get past all that. We kind of set the tone for how the kid Michael is dealing with stuff at home, and now John Wright's back in town. That he's kind of touching a little bit of like relationships from the past, and the preacher's daughter and him, they got along pretty well as far as that goes when they're younger, and and now it's Christmas time and he's helping out putting up the trees.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't go, but wow, I can't believe you remembered that.
I used to talk about it all the time.
Really? I don't know. Like life happens,
Yeah.
So you could see a little bit of a rekindling starting to form there a little bit, obviously, right? Anyways, we'll jump into some more stuff here, jump a little bit farther ahead. That way we can kind of just see what's going on through the movie. It's got a good, like I said, the good thing about it is it's got a really good storyline to it. So, yeah, well, we don't need to see that. That's Michael Miller's mom going into the bar. Go figure. Huh. You don't say. But yeah, it's probably like her home away from home as far as that goes. Skip ahead some more here. Now, this is he's okay, so the kid that's the team captain on the wrestling team, this is his dad. So the kid that's a team captain, it's kind of like the troublemaker throughout a little ways. His name's Scott Baker, and this is his dad, and his dad here is the banker of the town. So he's pretty well to do. He's got a little bit of power and pull and stuff because he can say if somebody can get a loan, or he can try to go ahead and take foreclosure on other people's homes. Being in a small town, he has a little bit more power and stuff like that than say somebody that works at the Circle K, right? And I guess, but yeah. So he's a conniver, but him and John Wright had some beef and stuff like that in high school, and yeah. Anyway, so he's trying to do the best to be able to make sure that his son gets any and all opportunities by any means necessary, and you can take that with a grain of salt. But that's this character here. He's he's kind of like he's a heel as far as that goes, kind of jerkwad as far as the characters go. We don't even really need to talk Let's not do too much, to be honest with you. But we'll skip ahead a little bit more, and we'll see where it stops, and maybe I'll play it from there as long as it don't give too much away, because this is one that's pretty good. So right through here, I'm gonna switch this position here. But he's asking for people to see if they can help Michael Miller. Well, he's just pretty much saying that Michael Miller needs help. And
I know a while back I let down a lot of you folks. And I could stand up here and I could make excuses for why I cheated, but I won't.
so it's pretty good as far as he's talking about right now, trying to get redemption, right? So I took the sound off a little bit. That way I don't give it away a little bit. Because like I said, this one's really, it's worth watching. So at that point right there, you know, I mean, it's pretty good. So it's got that hometown feeling. It's got a little redemption as far as that goes. It just shows that if you're willing to get to suck up and tell about how you may have done something wrong as far as in the past, that it's not gonna always be what determines your future. It's a good wholesome movie. You know, as far as, hey, I'm gonna have to give it a, you know, let's see here, what, because like we're saying, we're just thinking, is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? You know, I mean, I'm gonna have to go with yeah, I'm gonna have to go with a thumbs up. You know, Paul McCartney comes in here, throws in the thumbs up, and you know, it wasn't too bad at all. So we'll just bring in the old, yeah, there we go. You know, that little bit, and so it was pretty good. It's worth watching. It to rent it on Amazon Prime right now, it's like $4.99. It's definitely worth watching for $4.99. And then down the road, it may even come out to where it's just part of Prime. But this one, The Last Champion with Cole Hauser, it's a thumbs up. It's worth watching again. I've watched it a couple of times, to be honest with you, and I think it's a good movie. The end of it is really awesome, and like I said, there's a lot of redemption to it, and there's a good storyline to it throughout the whole movie. It's a good movie. So, Last Champion, Cole Hauser, gets a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. If you can give me a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. Click on that subscribe button down below. Much appreciated. And until the next one, just into this and that.